morning. So
Sure.
yeah,
I
so again,
looked
I
up,
would,
I'm like, I'm not writing and I don't think I see recording.
yeah,
Right. I
no,
was,
so, yeah, again, I would, as a single agent, I would focus on 3 to 5 different communities. One would be on the low end budget wise, one would be on the high end budget wise. I would try to get a couple in the middle there. I'd at least make sure 2 of them have, like memory care, take you through end of life. And I would try to focus on one CCRC. For us, the CCRCs are great referral partners because their biggest thing is the move is definitely stressful, but the capital gains is definitely a pain point. So those are our 2 specialties. We'll help with everything and we'll deal with their capital gain taxes. So they've been a great referral partner for us.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
question,
So
Cory.
Cory, since you're now
Yeah.
recording, can you go back to the list of seminars that you want, the thing?
The list of the seminars. So right now we call it the National Agent in Place Council Planning for the Future and Beyond. And it's agent in place, agent in the right place. What are your options and how do you plan for them? Planning for the future and beyond, being proactive and planning for the best outcome for you and your family. Trust, wills, and probate, 21 things you and your loved ones need to know and how to avoid probate and conservatorship. Legacy and family feud prevention planning, how to transfer generational wealth, dispute and capital gain tax free. Downsizing made easy, 5 easy steps that start in 7 seconds and knowing all your resources and options. And then 10 warning signs to dementia and Alzheimer's, being aware for you and your loved ones, and how to prepare for the lifestyle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Christine, I'm sorry because I came on late and we weren't recording. Would you repeat what you've been working on and what you've accomplished?
Oh, sure. I have a passion for training and education. I am, excuse me, I've combined my background and experience in construction, real estate, and education and created Aging Possibilities. And there are 3 pillars to it, if you will. One is courses for CE credit for geared toward this Florida real estate agents for now, who are interested in the senior niche. The second pillar is working one-on-one with individuals with whatever their needs are, from home safety assessments to future planning. And then the third is
Hey, how are you?
speaking engagements for the community, or for
Yep,
doing
they're gonna-
workshops for small groups or offices. So it's all just coming together. It's been a work in process for quite some time. It's not 100%, but it's I can work with it now. But I have a question for Cory. In your classes where you're teaching them, uh, who are the participants? Are they the residents?
So it really depends on the topic. But yeah, it's anywhere from the residents, their families, their friends, people that are like, most communities have a wait list, and our mind, it's like they're waiting to have a room available. But actually for the communities, as you might be aware, it's all the people that are like, oh, we want to move in, but we got to sell my mom's house first. We want to move in, but we're waiting for my mom's house to decline a little bit. We're waiting for the doctor's note. Like, they're waiting for something to happen in order to push them over the edge to move to the community. So talking to marketing directors are like, yeah, if there was some way to reach out to these people. And we started talking, it's kind of a lot of like, wait, realtors deal with buyers, where a buyer calls you and said, hey, I'm thinking about buying, or I'm thinking about selling in 6 months. Well, you don't want to call them in 6 months and not have talked to them for 6 months, because then it just looks like you're just there for their transaction. Or it might, someone might swoop in there beforehand. But also when you call them the first time, hey, I'm checking in, blah, blah, blah. Hey, are you ready yet? And the second or third time, all of a sudden they're picking up the phone and they're like, hey, Cory, I'm not ready yet. Like, don't you know, oh, well, actually, that's not why I'm calling. And you try to find some other reason why you're calling. By the 4th and 5th time, they stop picking up your phone call because they're like, God, not again. I'm not ready. But I'll call you. So they deal with the same thing with this wait list. And that's the hardest thing. And that's one of their things they have to do is they have to make a certain amount of calls to their wait list. So this is an easy way for them to say, hey, I know you came and toured our community. I know you're not ready yet, but I wanted to invite you to this lunch and learn we're having about 10 warning signs of dementia and Alzheimer's. We'd love for you to bring your family, your parents or your kids or your friends. We think it's really valuable. And if nothing else, you get free lunch on us. So it's another way for them to come back into the community, taste the food once again, and be educated. So that's, and again, we do help try to drive people in. We've done newspaper ads, which actually are pretty effective, Facebook ads, next door, community group, like Facebook community group, touching out to our 20 is plenty, and letting them know that we have one coming up, like so if they have any, clients that they think would be a good fit for the topic, to invite them. So again, I mean, usually we get in between 10 and 20 people. That's like a normal turnout for us. We don't like, and we cap it at usually 25 to 30, because those big seminars don't work. Like, I know people teach them, but I've asked them flat out, how much business do you get from them? And they usually say they have a 0% conversion. It's not about converting, Cory, it's about education. Yes, I agree. Empowering through education is my motto, but you should also drive. It should be a driver to your business. And I don't think you connect with people when you get 30, 50, 100 people in those big seminars. I don't think you connect. I think it's just, now if you want to be paid as an educator, I think it's completely different. And I think that is a model of some of the institutes out there. I tried to be open-minded. I tried to take them all. I think they all have great information, but I think the way to get business, I think sometimes might be a little faulty. But yeah.
Thank you for that explanation. That
Yeah.
gave me a different perspective. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Anyone else have any questions, things they want to talk about? We only got a couple of us here, so we can really talk about anything you guys want. I know at 8 o'clock we're going to do the coach's hot seat where everyone's going to be able to ask questions. We're going to bring up topics. So we will, that should be pretty exciting. And that's free. I believe it's free for everybody. I believe. If it's not, blame it on me. Well, here, because this is what I was going to share, was Facebook posts on your social media. I do believe social media is one of the most powerful prospecting, most powerful and cheapest ways to get in front of your sphere. But I think we all have a disbelief, or maybe a little misinformation, that because I have, 2,000 friends, when I post, all 2,000 friends see this. It's just not true. I mean, I switched to a professional platform. Of the 2,000 friends, 117 people saw this post. So what I do is I start tracking, like this one right here. This one had 417 people, and the average watch 33 seconds. So I start realizing that, okay, they are seeing it, and which ones get better views and exposure from them. And what I realized is, and it tells me, is the ones that just have words do get some good engagement. Ones that have links actually get the lowest engagement. So this is 152, so not terrible. I would say if any time that I can be in a room with at least 100 other people and share a message, share a phrase, share something, or even just say, hey guys, I'm in real estate, that's a win for me in my book. I just need 1% of those people to want to do something, and I have a lead. But the ones that work out the best for me, now I will always post things about like in escrow, new listing, just sold. I usually try to tell a story, or like this one, I talked about the market and how it's shifting, and or this one, talked a little bit about it shifting, but I also talked about the client wanting a different chapter in life and how we're going to help them. 407 people read it. I want it because when people come onto my profile, I need them to see that I'm doing real estate things. So if you don't have listings or, solds or escrows, I would go to your broker and say, hey, I want to know what listings can I post about being an escrow in, being sold in. And I'll say, we just sold another one. We just got another one to escrow. We just got another new listing. So that I use we because we are the brokerage, and that is the advantage of being with the brokerage. All the listings are owned by your brokerage. So I haven't come across a broker. Christine's been a broker. So Christine, if a agent went to you and said, hey, I need listings to be able to post on my social media, would you ever tell them no?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, and I don't think, again, I don't think it's deceptive and unethical deception. And that's where I think we need to stay away from is unethical deception. But I don't believe you are, it's something that you shouldn't do just because it's not your listing. So I would definitely make sure that, one of every 7 posts is about you actually selling real estate. We need to show them that you're in real estate, you do real estate things, and that you're confident and competent in what you do. So tell the story. If you don't know the story about the client, tell the story about the market. Tell the story about what that listing did compared to other ones on the market. There's got to be a win somewhere there along the line. So those are great things to post. I will always do things like this whenever I have a big change, which I haven't told anyone yet that I've on social media that I've switched brokerages. So I'm building it up so that way when I do launch that, hey, I've switched brokerages, I'm going to make it a big deal, and I'm going to already start having that build up and that hype. So that's another thing that I do. I will always try to put pictures, videos of my family, wins that we have, things that we do. I know every parent says this, but I believe my kids are really cute. So they get some good traction. But this one I used a short 5-second video. It's, maybe 6-second video. I already hit 280 people, which is good in my opinion, again. And I'm using that one video. I posted like 3 or 4 different times. Why do I have my family working as my marketing team? And then I put a little thing, rather pay them than the government. Now, even though I have no comments on that post, 5 different people, almost as more, and none of the people that like that post, 5 different people have reached out to me and go, okay, Cory, you got to explain this to me. Like, what do you mean you're paying them rather than the government? And then I explained to them, hey, well, when I pay my kids, yes, it's an expense out of my, my budget, but I'm paying them and they're going to go pay for things that they were already going to buy or I was already going to buy. But every single time I spend $1 to them, that's 33 to 42 cents that I don't got to give to the government. So I would rather pay them $17,000 each a year and not give the government about $8,000, $6,000 each. So I have 7 kids times 7, that's $42,000 to $56,000. I don't have to give to the government, which I would have rather had to given if I would have just said, I'm keeping it for myself and I'll go spend my money on my kids. So I talked to people about that. I talked about the market shifting. I'm trying to get this one here. So this was just I don't know if you guys can see this, but this picture will break your brain. It took me probably 3 minutes staring at it going, I don't know what this is. I finally looked at the comments. Do you guys see what everyone else sees? Because I didn't see it. When you guys are looking at this picture, what do you guys see?
Cory, I saw this on your page this morning.
I
This
couldn't figure it
drove me
out.
nuts.
What happened? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Christine, and then then Sonia can go.
Oh, I said it. I saw this on your page this morning. It drove me nuts.
Yeah, it's engaging. And so of that one, and again, it has nothing to do about real estate. That one hit 3,398 people, which is crazy because I only have 2,000 friends, which means that Facebook is showing this as one of those suggested posts that, hey, your friend saw this or your friend commented on this. It's great. It got some good engagement. And so when I'm going through, because I would go through and engage with my friends on social media, and when I see they have something that I'm like, ooh, that's good and good engagement, I save the photo and then I just come out with, okay, boom. And I literally did like the second I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a good one. And I posted it. But it's true. It's once you see that it's a purple towel with 4 forks, you never unsee it. I don't even know why my mind has such a hard time seeing a purple towel with 4 forks. But the crazy part is, I share this with people, and there's some people that instantly see purple towel with 4 forks and go, what else would I be seeing? Like, what am I supposed to be seeing? I'm like, oh no, you're supposed to be seeing a purple towel with 4 forks, but I don't see that. There's just different things that you want to do. Now, again, dealing with seniors, and here's a perfect example. There's nothing wrong with posting 3 pictures that I made a reel. And I just said, hey, when all you get is lowball cash offer. So this is this one here. Let's see if it, when all you get is lowball cash offers, then get referred to me. And now you have 12 different options to sell. Quick, easy, repeats itself. And it's an engaged thing. There's nothing wrong with me then making that an actual post on like pictures on social media. It's going to hit different people. So when we look at this one and we do see insight, it hit 333 people, 78% were followers, 22% were not, and got some reactions. When we go back and we go back down, I wish it wouldn't keep going all the way back down. When we go back down to that post, now this one, I had 40 people like it. So I realized to me, Facebook is actually showing it to more people engaged. But I also told the story a little bit more, and I went down and explained to them. So I do believe people get engaged. And once they click on it and start reading it, Facebook goes, oh, people want to see this. So they'll start putting it to more and more people. The more people that stick on your post and engage with your post, the more people that social media or that Facebook will show it to. So that one had 338. This one had 2,095. 93% were followers. So I reached more followers with this post, but the other posts I reached more non-followers. So again, it's not like you could have a single post and post it as a story, post it as a reel, and post it as an actual post. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to show it to the same people all the time. Each one will hit different people. And I think I even did share that one on my story. So those are different things that you can do. And again, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with taking these 3. You give no indication where this house is at. It gives no indication of who the owner is. You guys can take these pictures, upload them to yours, do a Facebook post and say, hey, do you know anyone that house looks like this? This is what we specialize in. We're helping them go through all this. And like, you can use this as an opportunity to post. And again, I follow different people that get great engagement. And I'm like, how is it that they'll post once every 3 months and they get 500 people to like their post? Like, what are they doing differently? And I'll start following them and I'll say, okay, I'm going to do something very similar to what they're doing. And what I realized is pictures with a story behind it is great, is a great engagement. So those are different things. This one was one where, I made, kind of let a little insight of what's going on in my life. Someone pranked me and sent me a bunch of male performance things and things that you stick in the outlet. They spent over $300 and something on this prank. And I just was like, hey, I think it was a good prank. Good job, whoever did it. The only thing that makes me uncomfortable is someone knows where I live and my house is into a trust. So I don't understand how someone knew where I live, but obviously it was someone that knew. And so again, something like this hit 3,348 people. Like, to me, that's great engagement. I mean, because all those people saw my post and hopefully at least a portion of them went and said, oh, well, what else is Cory posting about? Well, the first thing I'm posting about, is now on my pin post. And on the pin post, I switch this up like every month or two. And it's either a milestone, like when I switched my brokerage, that'll end up being a pin post. This one, I just went to a place where they had a bunch of devices for if you fall, to preventing you from falling, to if you're, handicapped or disabled. They had a bunch of cool devices. So this one was just me showing a video of me getting, on the ground and this device lifting me up with no help whatsoever, which I think is so powerful. I mean, it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So, sharing those kind of things, those would be different posts. Anyone have any posts that you want to mention that they've seen that worked, or any questions, anything like that?
Well, looking at your post, where you had the in escrow post, it did give me an idea. I have been reticent is an understatement about getting reviews from people. And even if they did give me a review, they likely wouldn't have talked about everything that I did to get their houses sold. And most of these people, in fact, have been seniors. So I'm thinking I should go back and post some of their pics, post at least the pictures of the houses, and talk about what we did to get it sold, everything we had to declutter, to paint, to fix. You know, the one place, I swear to God, it looked like walked in there one day, and it looked like a monster movie had taken place in overnight. I don't know what happened, but it's a vintage. It was a vintage apartment, third floor, west facing views, wood windows, and for some reason, after 50 million years, those windows over the course of a week started seeping sap. And so there were strings of sap hanging from the windows, from the window frame, from the window ledge. And it looked like a horror movie. And I mean, we got to repair it, but I'm like, what? Nobody really knows what happened because I mean, it had been west facing with all that heat forever, and it didn't happen to the other two floors. But this was the third floor, which got the most light and heat. So I'm thinking now that would have been a great post, you know. So
Absolutely.
looking at your post, I'm thinking, well, maybe I should go back and post some of the other things that I've sold and just talk about, like the last senior's house I sold, how we had plant giveaways because he had a green thumb. He had plants throughout that house, you know, and he had all his artwork. So we did it in the estate sale. And unfortunately, I don't have pictures of the artwork, but I mean, just things like that to promote. Yeah.
You want to tell the story. I mean, even on my website, I don't say past listings. I say success story. Like, here's the story of this. Like every house, every transaction has a story. We got to personalize it because when someone sees just sold, it doesn't really resonate with them. But if you tell them, hey, this is the story that happened, and obviously I try not to give too much personal information, or
Oh
I'll
yeah.
make sure that it's okay with the client. But I just, hey, this is what's going on. When you ask for your reviews, what does that email look like, or how do you go about asking for reviews?
It doesn't. When I have asked, I have just asked in a phone conversation. Um, and I was thinking about why I don't do it the other day, and I wonder if it goes all the way back to my mother telling us, "Don't ask people for things. Do things yourself. Don't ask people for nothing."
Well, I don't believe in
But I
that.
gotta figure. I gotta,
I believe that people love helping people, and if you don't ask, you will not get. So,
That's true.
and just like when one of my favorite lines is, "I'm never too proud to have someone buy me dinner." So if someone ever offers, "Oh, I'll pay for it," okay. There is no ego with me having you buy. You want to buy my wife a drink? Go for it, buddy. However, she's going to order two because she's going to come back one with me. So buy her all the drinks you want. I really don't care. But when you ask for a review, this is just I went to try to find ones I've asked for in the past. I set it up and basically it's all about training them. Just like when I don't ask for referrals, I train them to introduce me to people. I don't want a name and a number. I want you to get on the phone. I want you to put us on a group text message. I want you to get on the Zoom. I want you to go out to dinner with us and introduce us. Same thing with the review. So this one is, someone that I helped sell their investment properties. Thank you again for entrusting us to sell your home and help you guys through the 1031 process. Boom, something I'm different at. We aim to deliver 5-star service, and I hope you felt we delivered. Okay, I told you in the beginning I was going to give you 5-star service, and if I did, I need you to give me a review and a 5-star review. And I told them, if at any point in time you don't feel we're delivering, I need you to tell me right away. We always go above and beyond for our clients, from our 100 open house signs, mega open houses with talkers and flexies, and our unique listing strategies that build hype and create a bidding war. If you could give us a review and mention how we helped you save tens of thousands of dollars in capital gain taxes and helped you sell your home for the highest price and quickest timeline, please let me know if there's anything we can do to help you save capital gain taxes, because I know they have more investment properties. Now, I can't force them to give me a review, but when they give me reviews, let me, this is in my way, completed. When they do give me, here we go.
Oh, you usually my 18.
So when they do give me reviews, sorry, I'm trying to get to reviews. If I could do it easier. View profile. There we go. So this is a site that I use. So when they do give me reviews, just like this one, Cory, everything Cory said he was going to do, accomplished, he did. I was very impressed and happy that the things worked out the way they did. He was there for every step of the process. We will refer him to anyone in the future. What a better, how can I get a better review than that? And then, let me see, here we go. Cory helped us so much with an extremely challenging transaction from start to finish. His knowledge of the market and savvy listing and sales techniques helped us to achieve top dollar for our sadly vacant and distressed property. I've been referring Cory and his team to everyone I talk to who is interested in selling their home. He's truly the best. Like, I want reviews like that versus I got one recently and I was like, where did that come from? I helped this woman. I don't even know where it's at. I think it was a Google review. Oh yeah, right here. Very professional. I helped this woman remove basically a tenant that was her nephew, and he wouldn't move out. I helped him physically move, find a place. He got kicked out of that place in 3 days, moved back in. I helped him physically remove him again, and did it all legally. It was a hoarded out house in the backyard, cleaned it up, and was able to sell this house that was basically falling apart, and more than the house that was turnkey down the street. Like, for me, only to get very professional, I was like, how is that what I got out of it? Because very professional doesn't, that's like, I'm not, a 5-star review is never a bad thing, but that doesn't say anything. That's not going to have someone be like, oh, I want to go use it. But thank you, Cory, thank you for allowing that you do, and your blessing for not only me and my family and others. Like, that's what I want those things. When I was ready to buy a home, Cory took his time explaining to me things every step of the way, and I can understand them. Like, those are the things that I want to be done. So I would say when you're asking for review, I would set them up for first, when you get the deal, when you finally get the client to sign, it's telling them, hey, I promise to deliver 5-star service. At any point in time, you don't think I delivered it, I'm going to need you to tell me right away. But if I do a great job for you, can I obligate you and can you promise me that you're going to give me a 5-star review? Yes. Okay, perfect. Now you made that commitment to me. So it allows me to, and it's why, I have so many 5-star reviews. That is my pride, and that is what I set them up for. And then when you actually ask for it, I would mention what you did, even if it was just superb results. What did you do that deserves a 5-star review, and remind them all the different things that you did, and ask them if they could please put that in the review, because it goes a long way to help you grow your business.
I was thinking about how to do that, because I think the other thing that's affected me is twice I've asked for reviews and been ghosted. Like, like I found you a person to repair your vintage high-rise window that nobody could repair. You had not been able to find anybody to repair for 5 years. I found you a plumber to repair your vintage plumbing in your vintage condominium. You know, I found you a painter, and you ghost me when I ask for a review. And you couldn't have gotten the thing sold without that because the window was literally falling out of the frame. And if in the condominium, as in a single family, it's your responsibility to replace the window or repair the window in accordance with the condominium's guidelines, but they don't give you any vendors, especially not for vintage, buildings that are 20, 25, 30 years old. But you ghost me?
Well, I would say I understand it, but like I just showed you right there, there's people that, I have 9 pending reviews that I've asked them, and it sends a reminder every
Mhm.
week or about 6 weeks. It sends a reminder, it texts them a reminder, and yet they still not give me a review. There's sometimes I'll even go back and I'll be like, I'll text them personally and say, hey, I'm up for an award, and actually, since I asked you for a review because you promised to give me one, but you haven't given me one, it's giving me negative points. It's docking me. Is there any way you can write that review that you promised me? I have no problem, if someone promised me they're going to do something, I have no problem guilting them to do it. Sometimes, there's one client that was perfect. They loved me all the way up until the close of escrow, and me and my team forgot to tell the escrow that they were buying to transfer the escrow to that escrow. And so they got all pissed off and wrote me off and haven't talked to me since. So they're
Wow.
not gonna, but I did still ask them for a review because I have to on that program that I have. But they're not gonna give me a review. I guess I should be happy that they're not gonna give me a negative review.
Right.
But for what I did for that, we cleaned up their house, we decluttered it. I found them someone to help them with the packing, the moving. We moved them to Washington, so 3 states away. And we sold their house for at least $200,000 more than they thought they were going to get. They thought they were gonna get
Wow.
1.5. We got like 1.8 something. So like they loved me up until the very end. So I don't think they would give me a negative review, but they're not talking to me anymore. So sometimes you can't win them all. But I wouldn't take it super, super personal, but I wouldn't be
I
afraid
did.
to ask them again. Just say, hey, when I was doing, or you kind of go from the other side. Hey, I asked you for a review and I saw that you haven't given me one. I just want to make sure, was there something I did wrong? Were you unhappy with me? Did I upset you in some way? Did I offend you in some way? And it gives them an opportunity to say, oh, dude, I'm so sorry, I just forgot. Or not, they probably wouldn't call you dude, but they might say, hey, I forgot. Or they might say, you know what? I didn't like that you did X, Y, and Z, or I didn't like that you posted about X, Y, and Z. So I wrote it off. Oh, okay, fair enough. And now it gives you some feedback of what to do and not to do. I am going to cut this off
I
because
have one
we're
last
gonna jump
question.
onto the coaching thing
Yeah.
here.
Cool.
So I will
Is there,
see you guys all there.
oh, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. We're gonna do the coaching hot seat.
Oh, maybe I can ask this question in the coaching hot seat. 'Cause basically, I want to know why you use Rate My Agent over Google reviews.
Rate My Agent goes to Google. Now it's going to Zillow. And Rate My Agent is a verified review. So anyone can leave me a Google review. You can only use me a Rate My Agent review if you've actually proven that you've actually bought and sold a house with me.
Got it.
So I think they're just more powerful than when I show my reviews, like hey, go through here. These are actually verified reviews. They've been verified that this is the person that actually owns this house or bought this house. So,
Okay.
all right, I'll see you guys.
Thank you.